Everyone, it's KIREI here for Arden Creative Studio, and I'm super excited to be sharing my very first layout using the brand new collection Field Notes that was designed by Katie Pertiet. And I'm loving this collection. It's such a pretty set of pattern papers. It's beautiful sort of soft pinks, yellows, like a garden green, and then soft sort of pale bluey tealy colours, and then it's got like a deeper blue, which is a lovely contrast. So yeah, it's such a pretty collection. Anyway, so I have pulled out this pattern paper from the 12 by 12 pattern paper pad, and it's in a soft, I guess, sort of minty bluey color. It's really quite soft, so subtle, which is perfect for the background. And then I've just decided to I've torn off this bottom corner, and I thought I'd layer up a couple of pattern papers because I wanted to bring in some other colors with it. And I've got the sort of coordinating plaid in that it's a soft green and blue, and that's from the 6 by 8 paper pad. But I wanted to bring in some peach as well. So I've got that sort of script patterned paper there that I'm layering up. So layering the peach first, and then I'm just adding this plaid underneath on that bottom corner just for interest. And then I will actually add a little bit more. I'll tear off a little bit on the top left corner as well, just to sort of balance that out. But I really like how that looks. And I just wanted to bring in some other patterns and also a bit more colour as well. So that's really worked for me. And here we go. I'll tear this top piece off, and I'll just add in another piece of the plaid, just the single plaid. I'm not adding the peach at the top, but and then I'm going to use those as areas to create to add some embellishment clusters as well. So you'll see that shortly. Okay, now this collection has got it's got everything. So it's got pattern papers, it's got the solid papers, it has the ephemera packs. There's two of those. It also has the fabulous laser cuts with this beautiful detail. Really lovely. It also has what else? Rub-on transfer sets. And there's this new. It's the ephemera rolls, and it's got like postage stamps and like images. It's really lovely. So that's really nice. I will use some of the stamps later. And there's some fabulous dies and stamp sets as well that coordinate enamel dots. And then there's some decoupage papers, I think, too. I think I've covered it. I think I've got everything. Anyway, yeah, so it's a fabulous collection. And you'll find details. There's a link to the stockist in my description below the video, so you can go onto there and see where you can find this collection. Okay, so I've got 8 small photos, and I'm working my way through a list of scrapbook layouts. I just keep adding to this list as I have a holiday, or I do something, or I go away for the weekend, or I'm out for the day, or whatever it might be. And I add to my list of layouts that I want to create from it. So this one goes back actually to last year in May when we went to the US on holiday. And we did the sort of Nashville, Memphis, New Orleans. It's quite a popular 3 center trip to do. And this was in New Orleans. It was our last stop, and this was actually our very last day. And we went to this lovely sort of really classic restaurant, the Commander's Palace in the beautiful Garden District. And it was really lovely. It was sort of really quite an institution. It's been there since 1893. So yeah. So those photos were waiting to be scrapped, and I thought they worked perfectly with the this collection. So what am I doing here? Okay, so basically I've been bringing in the ephemera. I've got laser cuts, and then I was just showing you there. I've used the craft dies to cut those leafy branches and the flower. And I've used the solids 12 by 12 paper pack for that in the green and the peach. And then I'm now looking at adding some stamping detail to the background. And this is the clear stamp set, Field Notes stem sketches. So I'm just layering some of the leaves in, and I'm using Distress Oxide in Bundle Sage. And then I'm just going over it because then there's like an outline, so a layer that I'm just adding in a very soft, subtle grey. It's not a Distress Oxide. I was actually away at my friends for a couple of days, and we were scrapping. So actually, apologies, my screen, I'm a little bit off center because I'm having to work with a a different clamp for my phone when I'm videoing, and it gets moved really easily because it's just sat there in front of me versus it's normally clipped to something on the side, so I can't, I can't move it. So apologies that I'm a slightly wonky. Okay, so I've got the stamps done. Oh, what I was doing there, as I was talking about, other stuff. I've got that fabulous window frame, and that comes from the laser cut pack. And I decided the decoupage papers are lovely, and I backed it with one of those. So it's very it's quite sheer, but it hides really the background, so that I've got something there behind that window which I liked. And then I'm just layering up the pieces. So I've got tickets there. I'm adding foam pads to some elements. Some of them I'm just gluing down, but even when I'm gluing them down, I do curve up the edges to give me that sort of texture and dimension that I like. Adding in some more of the die cut pieces, the leaves here, and I'll add in another flower. And I'm just using them on each area, really just to balance that around the layout. So so another little cluster down there. Oh, there's one of the little stamps, that yellow. If you can just see that. Oh, it's a sort of yellow and blue. It's got a butterfly on it. And they're from the ephemera rolls, which are lovely. So, and you get loads. I mean, there's loads of bits, loads of stamps on a roll. So, and they're great for just sort of tucking in. Adding some more phrases here. So this one says here and now. And then I've got this one here that says the good stuff, which I'll raise up on foam pads and just add that over to the right there. What's next? Oh, I've got another little stamp here that I'm just raising up on foam pads. And then I'll add that to that side cluster there. What I'm just trying to do there is I am just sort of balancing the colours that I'm working with. So I've got the sort of peach and the blues, and then I've got a little bit of yellow, and I'm just wanting to make sure I have a little bit of yellow in each of my clusters. It's not the dominant colour, but I just want to have a little bit there. So the stamp went there on the left. I've got flowers over on the right. And then I've got my title. So I did start off with one of the craft die. It's the cloud set layered. It said "Love You," and I think I had it earlier in the video actually, but I wasn't quite sure. I just couldn't make it work for me, so I decided to leave that, and I'd go with "Forever," which is in the Page Makers ephemera pack. So raise that up on foam pads. I've added some enamel dots to all my clusters. So I brought in some yellow to the clusters. And then I'm just having a look at the rub-on set, and they're lovely. So, so easy. Honestly, they go on just really, really nice, lovely like butter. It's really easy. Not like the old rub-ons of the past. So I've got a little bit there with the yellow. I think I'm going to add in a yellow butterfly. And I will also add in, I think, a blue butterfly as well. So the yellow one's going to go up the top there. And then I'm almost done. So I will add my journaling afterwards. So the journaling will sit beneath the title. And I do actually add a little bit more stamping, I think, or did I do? No, I've done the stamping. Sorry, I've realised I've been talking and forgotten that I'd missed that. But anyway, there we go. So I did add some extra stamping, the little postmarks. Here are the close-up details. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video using the fabulous brand new Field Notes collection by Katie Pertiet from Arden Creative Studio. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye for now.